Good morning, folks. Glad to have you here this morning. My name's Tyler. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Welcome to the wild world of day trading futures. It's crazy sometimes, but if you're here for the first time, super glad that you decided to join us. During the live streams, I'm going to be sharing my daily trading bias, which, with all honesty, has not been very good this past week. It's been very poor, in my opinion. But we're going to be giving my daily trading bias. We're going to give you a front row seat to all live trades, order flow. We're going to be reading that, giving you a front row seat to all the action. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can jump to the key moments using the chapter markers below in the video. And right now, Apex is doing an 80% off sale. So you can use the code DTJ to get 80% off your next eval account, which typically they do 80% probably once a month. So hopefully you guys are able to capitalize on that. All I ask is if you do use Apex, use the code DTJ. It's no cost to you, and they'll give you the best discount that they're offering with that code DTJ. So thanks for doing that. And with that, let's go ahead, open in prayer. And it looks like we're selling off right now. So let's get started. Father, we honor you. We thank you for the opportunity we have to build wealth through day trading. Lord, give us wisdom. Give us understanding of the markets. Father, we come against the notions of impulsive trading. We come against the urges of revenge trading or over trading, and we choose to follow our rules and be disciplined. Father, we thank you for that opportunity. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, folks, good morning. Jay, Wilhelm, Northern, T, Esteban, J Money, good morning. Thanks for using the code J Money. I appreciate it. I really do. I mean, it lets them know that my community is using the code, and they do give a little, and I'm grateful for it. It's nothing gigantic, I'll tell you that much, but I'm grateful. I am grateful. Okay. So we are looking at this middle chart right here. I'm getting my ES chart set up right now, but it looks like ICT took a trade into the close, planning on it hitting this level, and it did. And he held it for quite a while, actually. If you haven't watched that video, it's pretty good. Just a little rundown of the trade that he took. No talking. But now that we've hit this high, how much do we hang out in here? I don't know, but the primary objective that I wanted to see was this teal box right here to be filled. Why? Because we had this gap right here and overlapping with this gap. So now that we have that filled, we have the remainder of this gap sitting right here. That's the remainder of the gap. So we have that second area right there that has not been filled. And quite frankly, I don't know why. Oh, because we don't have a body there. That's why. We have to put this daily fair value gap all the way up to the high over there. So that's why. Okay, so we got that settled. Let's drop down to the 4-hour and let's go ahead and mark our new day opening gap, which is right here. We have those marked out already, our low and our high. We have some manipulation down to that level there. And then we have our midnight open sitting right here. Let's go ahead and mark midnight open. If you guys use TradingView, some of the I use the control button and the shift button so often. If I want to scroll quickly, left and right, I hold the shift button down and I just toggle back and forth. I can slide it really easily. And then if I want to squeeze, I hold the control button. It just zooms in and out really, really smoothly. Okay, so it looks as if we have not ran midnight open. So that's going to be a target for me. That 100% will be a potential target that I want to identify, or that I've identified. The other thing is we have our opening range gap sitting here, and we're sitting somewhere up here. So we'll mark that out and go back to regular trading, electronic trading hours, and mark that. So large opening range gap. It looks like we're over 120 handles, 120 handles or so. And my target is the midnight open. We have London highs that look to have already been ran. So we'll mark that out just so we can mark it as ran. London high. And then we have our London low sitting down here. Now we do have an Asia low as well. Oh no, Asia low is way down here. This is Asia low down here. Asia low starts, what time does Asia start? Is it 8 or is it just any time from the open? Because if we do that, midnight open would be the target. I don't do much with Asia. Tell me what you guys know. What do you mark? Anything? Is it anything after 8 o'clock or is it anything after the opening price for the new day? Let me know what you guys use. With that, I really would have liked to see this price swept right there. I would have liked that to be swept. It's 8 p.m. That's what I thought. So after 8 p.m., we have that level right there, which is that crazy just drop point we have right there. So that's our Asia low. And we are currently finding resistance on the new day opening gap or the new week opening gap, which we do, that's the low. The high is way up here. So if we wanted to fill this level, we could. We could see prices run up to there and then sell off. Or it could be the other way around where we come down to midnight open and then we continue to push higher for the AM session. I don't know which one is going to happen as of right now. Looking at the 4 hour, I can tell you that the 4 hour after 10 o'clock looks attractive if we keep this low right here. The 4 hour also ran this high already. So the liquidity right now is at London low. The liquidity is London low and 2 a.m. Or no, that's 10 midnight. What is this? 2 a.m. Yeah. Dropping down to the 1 hour. Got an hourly fair value gap. Previous day high. Sitting right there. Yeah, that's kind of my idea right now. Is low-hanging fruit target is midnight open, London lows. Larger target would be Asia lows if we can hit that. But I do not want London to be ran until after the opening price. Let's get everything set up here. I might be taking my small account challenge here this morning. I've been being a little transparent here. I've been really disappointed with my small account challenge. This week I've had 4 losing trades, and all of them ran. 3 of the 4 actually played out, but I got stopped out because I've been sticking with a 10-handle stop loss. It's been a little disappointing. So I'm thinking of going back to normally how I trade inversions and actually letting the trade play out, because I know it works. I was trying to do proper risk management for a small account size, and it's been biting me in the butt. It's been biting me in the butt. So that's that, if you were wondering. Looks like we got a spammer. A spammer joined in the chat. Who do I got on here? All right, I got 2 minutes. Tony, I'm adding you as a moderator. I'm not sure how many people are going to join today, so if it gets cray-cray, I have you as a moderator. All right, so here's the deal. Looking at initial impressions for 930 model is if we get above this and we close above here, we're closing above this, I'm not interested in taking the 930 model. I will probably pass on the 930 model unless we start displacing lower. And we would need to close, we would need to run lower right now. But if we're going to close like this, I'm not interested in 930 model. Ty, let's make some money. That sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm not going to take that. It looks like it, not quite. Nope, it did not play out. All right, so now what we need to do is we really just need to wait for displacement for price to pick a direction. We're really close to the London lows right here and midnight open. We're only looking at 50 handles approximately. So maybe let's see if it wants to grab liquidity first. We're sitting right here. And then roll over. Where's 830? 830 data lows and highs have already been ran. Give me a second, folks. I need a... All right, so we ran that liquidity and quite a candle right here. Want to see if this is just going to completely remove that. Or are we going to find support there? We are completely empty in price action up to this, well, basically up to the new week opening gap. It could stop right there at 843 and retrace. We just fill, or 840. That is the third quarter right there. And then we have our last area up here. Gonna grab 7 a.m. highs, tag midpoint in the new week opening gap. Gap fill complete on the NQs. I'm watching this right here. I'm not opposed. If we aggressively close below this fair value gap, I'll take a short to this swing low. That would give me 26 handles about. I just need to see. We're holding at this high right now. And the 5-minute candle did close below the swing high. All right, I'm going to take this trade here. I need it to hit sell side liquidity, sitting right here before I move my stop to break even. There's sweep of liquidity. I'm watching this right now. See if it wants to push lower. Did it grab liquidity? It made equal lows on NQ. It made equal lows. It has not ran the low yet. Oh, you're going to stop me out? It's a free trade. Son of a gun. I really wanted to see it push for the equal lows. Or for the London low. I was not copied on that account at all. So it wouldn't have done me any good if I made that money. I only had whatever contract that was for basically nothing. So I'm okay with that break even because we made equal lows. I would have moved my stop to break even on equal lows anyway. If we didn't make that lower low, technically the trade is valid until we have a close above this inversion fair value gap. Everything met our rules. We had liquidity grabbed. We had a draw on liquidity to the downside. We had displacement and aggression, a validation of our trade. It just didn't quite go the way we wanted. I am taking into account that we may have a draw higher right here. So if I didn't see a potential draw higher, I would potentially look at this as a mitigation entry and taking this trade again to the downside. But I still think there is a potential that we move higher. And if that's the case, these equal lows will be a nice draw on liquidity. We do have the setup of a breaker sitting right here to the upside. I was not looking at it because I wanted to see price run lower. Quite frankly, I don't think I'm going to take anything to the upside today, or at least right now. I got to stick with the plan. I said a phrase yesterday that I've been repeating to myself. A couple different ones. Success is measured in my ability to follow my rules and my plan. And I made it a goal this year. 2025 is going to be the year I get rid of impulsive trading. It's not going to be a part of my, it's not going to be trades that I take anymore. So to do that and to reinforce that, just with positive affirmation, I am writing out and saying to myself that success is in my ability to follow my rules. J Bass, that's correct. It just is. It's the thing. Even if you're realizing that your rules and your model ain't good enough, well, guess what? That's just part of the education process. You got to commit to the learning. And over time, when you follow those rules, you'll learn that these are working. So I've noticed I've gotten really laxed. And in the era of me being profitable, I would say the month of January has been probably one of the most disappointing months I've had. And it has to change. And how do I change it? It's not the market. It's not anything else but me. So I take full responsibility for it, and I'm going to change it. That's just how it's going to be. I know it's going to happen. But that's what I've been writing out. So I have in front of me a sheet of paper, several sheets of paper, and as I'm just sitting here and I have things go through my head that are different or contrary to the plan, I literally just write out what I know I need to focus on. So I write out, my success is measured in my ability to follow my rules. Follow the rules, everything else will work out. I'm just sharing some of the things that I've written down, right? I will replace impulsive trades with a planned model. I trust my strategy, so I don't need to take impulsive trades. These are all things that I'm just writing out as I'm just sitting here watching the market, because I have to do something else. I don't want to trade. Do you want to trade in this? I don't. I mean, we're back and forth right now with seemingly no clear direction. The clearest direction we had, we took the trade, and it didn't work out. Thankfully, it was break even, so basically my accounts are all zero. And that's totally fine. But if I'm going to sit here, I might as well exercise a strength I know that I need to increase. And so I'm doing that by just, as I'm going through the day, something comes up, I'm just going to write it down. And I don't write a whole bunch. I just write it one time, get myself to feel it, believe it, and then get back into the charts. So that's kind of what my focus is, reviewing this past month of trading and just where I'm at right now. I don't think I marked my opening 9:30. Let's mark 9:30. If I was to guess what this looks like, I feel like we're going to do this. That's what I feel like is going to happen. Oh, I saw that trade. Oh my gosh. Where was that? I saw that. Was it right here? I think it was right here. Was that it? Right at 3:30? Just a collapse. Yeah, that's what I remember that. Yeah, anytime we see slow, when you see this slow grind higher, it's going to do one of two things. It's either going to hit a key level and explode higher, or it's going to collapse lower. It's like designed to create liquidity and steal it out of people's hands. Let's see, Sunday, Monday, we are totally outside of the range for that first week's opening range gap. Five-minute has not left us a single fair value gap, so we literally could collapse lower and run through all of this at any moment if it wanted. There's nothing stopping it. I guess we do have a 15-minute that's not closed yet, though. This week was not the best for me, Hank. It was rough. This was a rough week. I just felt like I couldn't read the market. There'd be moments I'd be able to identify the draw in liquidity, but this week was a tough week. So we're scratching, and we're going to start fresh next week, February. Clean slate. February is the worst month? No, it's going to be a great month. Well, you did better than me, Hank. I pulled the trigger a couple times. So today we're waiting. We're waiting. I'm really wanting to see if we can get up and fill the new week opening gap. That's what I would like to see. And then from there, really I would like to take a trade towards the London lows and midnight open. And if we're really aggressive, I'd like to see if we could reach for Asia lows. But we've officially filled in the price action, the lack of any candle movement, but we still have all the way up to the new week, to the high right here for the close of Friday's price action. This was Friday trading right here. I mean, maybe if we get up to the new week opening gap, there's probably a chance, honestly, that we get into this fair value gap on the 4 hour. Thus the hesitation. Yeah. I agree. It's created like yesterday. Yesterday is a perfect example. I'm doing a small account challenge because I want to do it all on a small account with just $500. Well, I've had before that 3 losing trades because I have a 10 handle stop loss, which is almost impossible to deal with on NQ. So I've had 3 losses in a row. So I'm watching price action trade, and then this trade comes up. Was it this one right here? No, it wasn't. It was right here. It was this trade right here. Then this trade comes up. No, it wasn't that one. It was right here. Then this breaker comes up, and it made equal highs right here. And it hits the breaker once, twice, 3, 4 times, and I just sat there and watched it. Never took the trade. And that sucker, easily I would have ran at least to that low, 78 handles. And didn't take it. Because I was watching these equal highs, because it made these perfectly equal highs, and I'm like, oh crap. Maybe I shouldn't take it. Maybe I should take it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh man. It was rough. I mean, that was the trade yesterday that when I was reviewing all my trades and journaling my thoughts, that was the trade that came to mind. Of like, man, the trade that I've been waiting for, I didn't take because I chose to be impatient on all these other trades that created this scar tissue, and I got scared. T-Wood, yeah, I mean, that's not a bad analysis. The deep seek craziness, creating the chaos, maybe. Sounds like that was a bunch of BS. Hank, I know that you're an ICT guy. I'm going to post a video from ICT's latest execution video where he does the SMC, where he says the highs put set and it won't go and make a new high. I did a ton of back testing. I shouldn't say a ton, but I did some back testing. I was like, okay, Lord, if we were to figure out this, what could it be? And I got a couple ideas I'm going to put in. I put it into a video. I'm going to actually, I think I might be posting it today. Would love your thoughts on it when I post it. Because I made it in a way of, I don't think I have it figured out, but I wanted to share it with the community and get everybody and get the community's thoughts. Because I think it's legit. I found 4 or 5 examples of the specific rules that I set for it, and it all played out. It was really interesting. So, do you know the video I'm talking about? The one where he, it was from Price, it was from, when was it? I know exactly when it was. It was when we made a high, and he said the high was set. This one right here. It was this trade right here. He saw price come down, and then he gets short right here. He gets short right there, and he says it's not going to make a new high. And he had like a 5.5 handle loss, or a stop loss. It wasn't last night's, no. It was the previous execution video, yeah. Last night, I have no clue what he did. I have no clue. I'm like, your target doesn't hit. And then you hold through the close. And then it hits. Just like... And what about that candle that wicks down? And that candle that wicked down right... Where was that? This candle right here. No, this candle right here. This candle that wicks all the way down and comes within like two or three handles of a stop loss. I'm just like... I would have been freaking out. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm not really interested in going long. Even though it is respecting price, you can see it nicely respecting that fair value gap, this swing high right here, and we might be putting in a new order block. I'm gonna let price play out here. Where's my order block? I'm gonna let price play out, and really and kind of just wait. The London low, here's what I mean. The London low wasn't tagged, excuse me. Midnight open wasn't tagged in London. It wasn't tagged in the London session. So there's, I don't know what the actual probability is, but there's a high probability that it comes back and tags midnight open. It's on YouTube, Tony, yeah. If I remember correctly, he mentioned that he wasn't going to teach this technique that he used for, yes, that's the one, Hank. That's the one. And literally, I was like, okay, Lord. He usually gives clues in all his videos. And so I'm like, okay. He called it regular trading session. Okay, so let's do just regular trading hours. I'm like, what are the characteristics that I'm seeing here? And we see a spooling of price. We see the high taken, a new high taken in the 3 p.m. macro, specifically in the 3 p.m. macro, and then it's not. So I put a bunch of rules, the videos there, or I'll post the video where I break it down and do all the examples, but I'm hoping people watch it to kind of dig more into it to see if, as a community, we could figure it out. Because I think it only happened, only happened like 5 times in 3 or 4 months. So it's definitely not a daily occurrence by any means. Oh, coffee. I totally agree. It looked like magic. Even yesterday. Yeah, I know. He uses all kinds of, Hank, he uses all kinds of different stuff that sometimes I'm just like, it is what it is. But he's taught me enough that I'm extremely grateful. I wouldn't be profitable without him, without his concepts. That's for sure. All right, so here's our new week opening gap. We're sitting right beneath it. If it doesn't hit this level right now, I expect a retracement and then another push higher. If it doesn't tag it and we have this, if we find support in this order block, no, I don't think I want to take it. I'll wait. Yeah, Ted, I looked into some of the midnight open. In the London session, if the midnight open is tagged, it's a much lower probability that it runs back for it. Now, if we're in a high resistance day where we see a lot of up and down price action, you'll see midnight tagged quite often, but this is honestly the perfect setup where London low isn't tagged yet, midnight open isn't tagged yet, and we have the opening range gap down here that I'm just like, that is what I want. I want this trade. I will wait. I will let it seemingly run without me for the chance to take that short. Tony, if you're talking about the video ICT put on that we're referencing, it's his not last night's execution video, but it's the video before that. One standard deviation of this manipulation leg is right at this level here. So we're at one standard deviation right now. Ty, I don't have a level on where the reversal's at. I'm hoping it's right around here or around after we tag the 4-hour fair value gap. But for me, I need it also to be inside a macro. So right now we're inside of a macro right now, and it could happen right now, maybe. I just need to see displacement the other direction. I need to see a breaker form. And then my targets to the downside that I really want to see is London low, midnight open, and if it's really, really aggressive, the midpoint of the opening range gap and Asia low. All of these are just sitting here. And we also know that we have hit the higher time frame targets. Okay, so just look at the daily. Look at the daily. If we look at the daily, what have we just filled in? We just filled in a very large new week opening gap. Everything is balanced above here. You have this 4-hour on the 4-hour chart that is an imbalance, so it could come into here, But outside of that, that's as high as it may want to go. Maybe it wants to run for the previous week high. Maybe. If it does, okay, it can go without me. Because I think what I want to see is a setup that supports the idea of moving down to this level here. We have 0 fair value gaps all in here. We have our first fair value gap, 5-minute fair value gap. So this 5-minute fair value gap is probably going to be fairly key. Yeah, Ty, when I took that short, I mean, I took an inversion to the downside towards those equal lows right here. And I was short right here, was up 25 handles, and got stopped out at break even. Because it didn't push below. If it pushed below this and started coming up against me, I would have taken profit. But it didn't because it had the, I mean, I honestly have a rule and I didn't follow it because I really thought we were going to run lower, is that when we create equal lows, if it creates equal lows and backs off of it, take profit. Because I've seen equal lows left and come out to hurt. All right. So I'm not going short anywhere here. Okay? I need to see that it's not just a retracement or a pullback to move higher into the 4-hour fair value gap. So I'll take an inversion to this low and see if it wants to continue from there. Or we get a retracement, a higher high that creates the breaker, maybe tags the 4-hour and then displaces lower. That is what I would prefer. Yeah, I would love to see the bounce, T. That's what I would prefer. I mean, you could take that too. Some traders would take that as a move. See you, Northern. I think it's a lot simpler. I will tell you this, without going into all the charts, because we're watching this, is I did so many different standard deviation pulls. I did dozens and dozens, and I'm like, I couldn't get anything consistent. That's the thing about the whole Fibonacci tool when he gives it to us. I feel like he's giving us, 75% of what we need to know, but leaving 25% out that just doesn't quite give me the answer. Because the big chunk of it is you measure the manipulation leg. You measure the first 30 minutes of the opening price. That gives you the general area, but it doesn't give you what he just did. And no matter how many times I pulled any Fibonacci tools, like no matter where I put it, logic, opening price, close price, fair value gap, breakaway gap, like I couldn't narrow it on anything to be very specific and consistent. So I don't think it has to do with it. I don't think it has to do with the Fibonacci. All right, look what happened. So this is why we said we're not going to be interested in this aggressive candle down, because it literally just reversed, hit our high. Now, this is what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Are we going to happen right now? I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it is. I think we might be sitting here for another 30 minutes before we get some of that. Okay, we might do some of this back and forth price action here. Get to around 1045 right here, and then start seeing a pull lower. But Ted, is it, yeah, I've seen it work several times too. But is it so consistent enough to where you would say that it's not going to go past this high? It hits that level and then it just turns on a dime, like you're saying? Like, would you be confident to put your stop right there and say this is the high of the day's put in? That's the thing. Like, I'll use it for a potential target, like Fibonacci tool right here, right? We have our expansion lower. If I went long here and I saw this overlapping like this, I would not have a problem holding for that. Well, as long as I don't let my emotions get involved, right? Theoretically, I would be okay with holding that. But to say like, oh no, high's set, we're not going higher. But in the examples, I think you were on stream. I think you were on stream when I was talking a little bit about it. Like several examples where it didn't go higher. I was like, this is crazy. Maybe there's something here. What's up, David? Yeah, I think it's really helpful for a target, especially on Asia session. I don't trade Asia, though. I haven't done much with that. Deborah, good morning. That's not a fair value gap anymore. So right now, we have no 5-minute fair value gaps in any of this price action. We got a 15-minute, I think. We got a 15-minute. Yeah, there's a, how many of you have heard of the stat map? You have to pay a monthly subscription for it. It's through 2 Degrees. He does all of those indicators on TradingView. Well, there's a guy on YouTube that basically coded what you're talking about, Ted. It's called a stat map, and it calculates the manipulation levels based on standard deviations, and it automatically plots it based on the session that you're in. I mean, honestly, it looked really good. It looks really good. I've seen multiple people use it. I'm not going to pay monthly for a tool like that. Yeah, Hank, hopefully I'm waiting for just a guy to do my thumbnail. And then I'll be posting it. But yeah, I don't want to go over all of that again, because that'll probably take like 15 minutes. Did he post it in here? He didn't change it. Oh, son of a gun. Yeah, I'm posting on YouTube, Ted. What financial juice are you looking for, Richard? Might to suggest financial juice for news. No, I'm gonna post it in the community inside on YouTube because I think it's bigger. I want people to try to tear it apart and see if there's anything that we can improve on. If you know the logic, we can publish a free version. Oh, for the name of where you get your news, Richard? Is that what you're saying? You get your news from Financial Juice? I've never heard that before. I just use FX Calendar. Yeah, I know the logic. I just don't know how to code. Leno, I don't know how to code nothing. I think it would be helpful. It's just an additional confirmation tool based on price action on understanding manipulation levels for bullish and bearish moves. You can do it without it for sure, but when it's on there and you see it, it prevents you from getting to analyze it. I'll have to check it out. Financial Juice. I'll be interested in that. Yeah. You've been playing around with AI, write pin scripts to create indicators on TradingView. I'm not an indicator guy, so it doesn't really interest me. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of AI writing scripts for me too, but when you can't read it, you really can't tell if it's good script or not. And if it's not doing exactly what you want, it's like, I don't know how to change it. Oh, you know how to code? I'll have to dig into the logic behind it. Let me point you to his video, Lenu, and then tell me if you can identify it. His name's Joshua. I'll show you guys the video that I watched, and you can, if you want to dig into it, by all means. Let me know what you find. Okay, here it is. This is just a random one that I saw, but it's a place to start if you wanted to look into it. My screen's frozen. Here's the video. Yeah, if you connect with me in Discord and let me know what you think, and we can go from there. See you, Hank. Have a great day. And Lenu, here's what I'll do. And I think, let me look up something here real quick. If what I would do is probably, if you create something that it works and you want to share with everybody for free, cool. But if it's something that you want to use to make money off of, as well as a lot of other people do the same thing, because it's a lot of work to put that kind of stuff together, we can work something out for that as well. Because I think people should get paid for the effort and the work they put into things that they provide to the community, you know? I'm just not a fan of the monthly subscription that the whole world is turned into. It's like your life is a monthly subscription. It's a little ridiculous. T, we'll see you. It's been a little slow today. One trade, break even. Yeah, I'm not a fan of monthly subscriptions. There are some, obviously, that, I'm going to do, right? There's subscriptions that I did starting out as a trader so I could watch people's live streams because I thought it was worth it. I don't pay for those anymore. But as soon as I can get rid of monthly subscriptions, I do. Like what I normally do for TV, because I don't have any TV at all. I'll pay for a month of subscription for like Paramount Plus or something like that, just so I can watch football, and then I cancel it. So it's like 4 football games for $7. I'm like, that's fine. 4 Husker games, 4 NFL games. What do you mean, Lenu? Are you talking about the 930 model or what? $35 a year? IPTV. If that will give me football games, I'll pay for that. The 930, I do need to do that. Let me write a note because I've been wanting to do that. Is 60 per month? Yeah, because like you can get YouTube TV for like 70, 75 or something like that. And I'm just like, nah, I don't want to pay for it. All right, we'll see ya. Take care. UFC, okay. T. Q streaming. Yeah, we're sitting here. I know it's 10:30 right now. We'll probably be another 45 minutes. We'll just see if we get the reversal right now or not. That's really what we're waiting for. JR, see ya. Let's look at the monthly candle. Today is the last day of the month. No, that's really doable. I'm not going to lie, though. That looks wicked bullish. Especially this being a Friday. That's just crazy. No, I don't do much with the TGIF. It doesn't make the Huskers win. That's a true statement there, Orange fan. You know, that's a good question. Let's dig into that. Let's look at the hourly. You got the breaker. So there's a breaker level right here. And that's sitting at the high of the 1 hour. Yeah, I've gone to a couple Creighton games. They're fun. And yeah, they've been doing well. They've been decent for a while now. They just can't seem to get quite over that hump. You know, Ted, really what I'm looking at is here's what I'm thinking. I really want to wait till the 10:45, 11 a.m. macro, and I want to see if we find support at this level to move higher, or if we reverse from here and move lower. That I think may be my indication on what happens. But we're gonna have a decent potential 5-minute fair value gap here, depending on what kind of retracement we see. And if it's a trending day, then it falls in line with how I've been reading price action this whole week. Completely off. But, I mean, I'm sitting at 0 right now. So I'm not hurting. It's actually quite comfortable. Quite comfortable. The breaker's at 1 standard deviation. Did you do your manipulation leg from this level right here? This initial pullback? The opening range, huh? Oh, not the opening range gap, the first 30 minutes. Yes. That looks nice. I like that. We're coming up to that time frame. I'm just getting my how I want to take some executions because I think I'm going to do my small. If we get up to this level and we start seeing a sell-off, I'm thinking I want to take it with my small account challenge here. I'll be right back. Uh-oh. A sell-off. Five minutes going to close here in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. We got a 2-minute inversion. I really want to see this hold right now. I would love an aggressive push back to the upside for then the sell-off. Make sure my micro screen is working. That seems... That's not it. I'll do it on the screen share. We'll just do it on here if I'm going to take it. I don't want to jump the gun. $93 is pretty high there, Coffee. If we close below this on my accounts, not the small account challenge, I will take this trade for I will take this short. I'm hoping it doesn't close right now, though. I honestly want it to push a little bit higher. This is what I wanted to see. Yeah. I like that reaction right here. Because honestly, this wick right here will be a great breaker point. I mean, you could even call this a breaker right here, I guess. I don't know if I quite like that because I see we're so close to some of these levels here. There it is. Let's see if I can get that the right size now. No 5-minute inversion either. We closed inside that 5-minute BISI. 12 minutes before close. Honestly, you know what would be nice is if we get a 10 o'clock close. And let's just say this is the high for the 10-hour time frame. If we get a little wick above it in the 11 o'clock and then a sell-off, that would be a great setup. I would like that. Excuse me. I might try a quick scalp here. Looks good. Let's see if it wants to give it to us. I am in this trade. Like I said, I did hold through that, the closure of this candle here. Stop will be at break even as soon as we hit that high. Up and hit my target. Okay, we're out now. All right, now I want to see it sell off. That's what I wanted. I wanted that high to be tagged and put in. And we barely swept that high. I mean, I was hoping we were going to run all the way up here, but I'll take it. But I just need to see major displacement to the downside. So I didn't do this on screen because I was trying to get it on my my micro contract screen and it wasn't quite ready. But I went long right here. The rule is I should have closed it when we closed below this fair value gap. But I'm like, I've seen it too many times do this inside of another fair value gap to just turn around and run the other direction. So I held through that and then just made my target the highs. My high was right there. So it got 10.75. All right, that's what I were looking for. Is what we wanted to see right there. Okay. Now, this is we don't have to get up to the breaker. We may be on a trending day and we never see that downside move. So I'll take, as long as the uptrend move is still intact, I'm not opposed to taking quick scalps. I'm not going to hold for extended moves, especially now that we're around the level that, you know, we have a probability of reversing on. Above that, we'd have to go all the way up here. 22.93. Who mentioned that? Coffee, did you mention that? Yeah, Coffee mentioned that. 22.93. That's aggressive, man. That's aggressive. That on a weekly candle, that means we're seeing a bullish. We're seeing, holy cow. In 1 week's time, running from this low, that's 1,300 handles in a week. Whew. I mean, we're already at, what are we at? Come on. We're already at 1100. That's insane. I've seen insane things though, Ted. So, insane doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Insane means simply insane. Insane means I can't believe I'm seeing this. I like this level right there for a breaker. Yeah, 100%. This could be the consolidation, and then we just run higher from here. This would be an order block right here. Let's see if it turns and runs the other direction. I'm going to mute myself while I eat this. Now, just so you guys know, I am definitely a contrarian to the market. I am definitely a reversal trader. I need to get better at continuations because I see this happen a lot. This right here. Especially after this wick right here. I mentioned I wanted to see it go higher, but I didn't take a trade. I didn't take a trade here. That could have easily been a 30 handle move right there. By seeing this wick and the continued consolidation above the new week opening gap. I really should probably put a model together for this. A set of rules to follow. Because this happens a lot. It happens once here. It happens here. It happened here. Like, I mean, there's countless examples. Happened here. Many times these are so quick though, you get 1, 2 down close candle, 1 candle, and then you move higher. You get this right here, it's a little more time for you to decide if you want to take it or not. But these ones, it's like in and out, just quick and done. Yeah, it absolutely could turn into a market maker sell model. But I've seen those market maker sell models never turn into them until the next day or something. So, but I mean, I can't complain. I did take a long. I did take a long that turned into 10 handles right here. So we capitalized off of it. Just maybe not the way we'd want. So the question is it going to find support here, or are we going to run through it? It's 11 o'clock. The hourly chart is right here. We just sweeped above the high. I like this. It's what we wanted to see. There's the sweep right here. This little bit of price action is the sweep. So could we see it roll over right here? This is kind of what I want to see on the hourly. That would turn this into the breaker. This is also a breaker, but we'll see. I don't like seeing several different breakers on here. This is a bearish breaker. All these are bearish breakers. This is the bearish breaker that this is tagged to. High, low, higher, high. We broke lower, and we're finally coming up to that level. It needs, for me to take a trade, it needs to be now though. Honestly, we could we could make a bearish breaker here, and we could run down to this level down here. And this could be, that could be it. But I mean, that's 60, that's still 40 handles. I'll take 40 handles. Much better entry on the 2-minute for that inversion. There's still not a 5-minute fair value gap in any of this price action. Little sweep of liquidity. That's a market structure shift potentially right there. I'm ready for the rollover. Five-minute candle is going to close here in a second. See where we get. And it closes below the previous candle's high. I'm just watching this inversion fair value gap that I have marked out. The wicks and now the bodies are respecting the midpoint. And I want to see it sell off from right here. There we go. trying to catch the reversal. I might be too early. Yeah, I'm trying to catch the reversal too. We'll see. I'm waiting. I want it to break below that. I know. Price action like this is not fun. Mini breaker right here. Fair value gap. Wick, I'd like to see it close below there, ideally. Little swing right here. Let's change that to an X. Just this candle kind of threw me off a little bit on taking a short. I'm going to take a short right here. That's the idea right there. We have a bearish order block. Target's going to be down here. Let's see if it wants to give it to us here. Stop loss. That's too high, but I'm going to keep it right there for right now. Even the 15-minute, there's not a, we don't have a 15-minute fair value gap here. I'm going to do a standard 10 handle stop loss, and I'm going to set it. My short is based off of this breaker right here. We have a small fair swing low sitting at 915. We'll see if it gets through 915 here. Really want to get it through this swing low right here. My goal is really to try to hold this and not be emotionally taken out. So my stop's going to be here, and that's where my stop's going to be. We'll see you guys later for those that are still on. We're still hanging out here. Appreciate it, Deborah. Hoping I don't get stopped out at break even or stopped out. That would be disappointing, but have a great weekend for those that are heading out. This fair value gap's a little concerning right here. This is the fair value gap we rejected before. I guess it's also the 5-minute that we also rejected here. But I want to see it move through it. Really want to really stretch myself on holding this. Man, wouldn't that be so cool if I held it all the way down to midnight open way down here? I'll move my stop to break even now. See if we can get tapped here. There's TP number 1. Taken. So I am taking this on my small account challenge as well. I have it on another screen, but I'm just gonna I'm doing it here. So we're only watching one chart. But I am short on my small account challenge and basically gonna recover all my losses from this week, plus hopefully some more. We'll see. We have a 15-minute order block that's sitting, or 15-minute fair value gap that's sitting at 865. So sitting right here. Might get a little bit of a retracement here. We'll see. Got a new 15-minute candle that just opened. kind of the level I'm watching to see if we can find resistance there. And if we can sell off from right there. Okay, we did an immediate rebalance on the 15-minute with that wick into this fair value gap. I really need to see it sell off here. $11.50, just before the noon macro. Let's see if this holds right here. Just sitting here, guys. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat at all. We're just staring at the screens, I know. I want to see this candle close below this green candle here. I want to create a small little order block right there. I want this to be an order block. I don't want it to do enclosed green like that. I have my stop loss set at the swing high. If we break that swing high, there's a good chance we could lose more of the profit, so that's where we'll set the stop loss. All right, there's the tap out, folks. Good trade overall. We're going to call that a day. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Yep. All right. So we're gonna be done for the day. I'm gonna walk away, be happy with what I got, close the charts, enjoy the rest of the Friday, and yeah, we'll be back here Monday, folks. God bless. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.